From downtown Wheeling, West Virginia, it's the Mountain East Conference quarterfinals of the 2026 Men's Basketball Championships presented by the Health Plan. Tonight, the top seed and regular season champion Hilltoppers of West Liberty take on the number 8 seed Senators of Davis and Elkins. West Liberty 24-4 on the season. Senators are 10-19. D&E won a play-in game in the opening round over Point Park, taking on West Liberty tonight. Other side, of course, we've got Glenville State and Charleston coming up later tonight. Travis Jones along with Luke Wiggs. We welcome you to Wheeling. We get a chance to see this Hilltopper team, one of the top scoring offenses in the country, as per normal, averaging 100 points per game, and they can beat you in a lot of different ways, Luke, but they like to shoot a lot of threes.
You're absolutely right. It's always fun. West Liberty brings a great crowd. They get up and down the floor, but this is a scrappy Davis and Elkins team. As you would expect, we've seen so many competitive matchups in this tournament. We expect this one to be as well.
Yeah, of course, West Liberty in the NCAA tournament with an at-large bid. They have that pretty much locked up for D&E. They have to play their way in with just 10 wins on the season. And you need guys to step up. And Dontrell Jenkins only averages 7 points per game, but you wouldn't know it from his performance 2 nights ago.
Yeah, went for 19 points in that play-in game. He scored in double figures in 4 straight contests, so he's playing his best basketball in the month of March.
Meanwhile, for West Liberty, 4 players averaging in double figures, but their leading scorer and their best player recently from Ireland, Jamie Muldowney, coming off the bench, has been spectacular.
Yeah, it leads this team in scoring. He's a true point forward. He can score at all 3 levels, especially around the rim, and he's so versatile, one of the many pieces that Michael Lamberti has at his disposal.
Well, West Liberty has been in the championship game the last 7 years in the MEC, and first-year head coach Mike Lamberti trying to lead them back to the semifinals. West Liberty and D&E tip-off from Wheeling coming your way next.
We are there for you, to care for you at the Health Plan. We are here for you. We are there for you, to care for you at the Health Plan. We are here for you.
Launch your healthcare career at West Liberty University. We offer health science degrees in programs like nursing, dental hygiene, speech pathology and audiology, medical lab science, pre-medicine, psychology, biomedical science, or the physician assistant program. Our faculty have the experience to prepare you for a rewarding future. There's never been a better time to prepare for a healthcare career, and there's no better place than West Liberty University. Find out more at westliberty.edu/healthcareers.
Davis and Elkins College continues leading the way, and we did not slow down, even during the global health crisis. We have secured private donations and grant funding to support our growing, successful, and now accelerated nursing programs. Davis and Elkins nursing graduates have repeatedly posted 100% passing rates on nursing boards and are sought after by health organizations of all sizes, specialties, and locations. They need nurses, and we train the best.
Starting lineups being introduced to the crowd here at West Banco Arena. Davis and Elkins and West Liberty just moments away from tip-off. Tonight's starting lineups presented by Omni Strategic Technologies. Better business through technology. Mentioned the Hilltoppers. They will run 10 at you, 11 at you, sometimes 5 at a time. This first group, Miles Montgomery has been very good. True freshman from Minford, Ohio, 13 points per game. And Cameron Williams, a freshman from Cincinnati, at 12 points per game. For D&E, keep an eye on Matthew Gray, the junior from Ashburn, Virginia, averaging 17 points per contest, and he scored 17 the other night against Point Park. And Luke, this is the third meeting between these teams. West Liberty won both, but the game in Randolph County and Elkins earlier in the season was a high-scoring affair, 101-97. West Liberty hung on.
Yeah, that was a game where West Liberty got 7 different players in double figures, and you highlighted the players that need to be big. Gray, chief among them, but Vegas Evans as well. He had 28 in that one, as West Liberty only won by 4. Now, the rematch was a little bit of a different story back in early February. West Liberty won that 111-74.
All right, there's the Hilltoppers' overall record, 24-4. Regional rankings, number 2 in the Atlantic region. So West Liberty is playing with house money here, trying to win the MEC Conference Championship tournament and get the automatic bid into the tournament. But they're pretty good shape to make the tournament. They'll be in the tournament, and we'll talk more about that. But there's a possibility West Liberty or Fairmont could host in a split region should that go the way of the PSAC, and an opportunity for them to host the men's and the women's coming up with the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference tournament underway.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. The Gannon women are great on both sides of things. Who that host team is going to be in the men's regional.
All right, Daniel Harris joins us now, D&E Senators head coach, and third meeting with this West Liberty team. Coach, how do you make this game more like the matchup in Elkins and a 4-point loss and less like the 25-point defeat at West Liberty?
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, we have to take care of the basketball, right? We got to enjoy the moment, be confident in the press, and just take good shots, right? And take advantage of when we do have numbers, take advantage of that. But at the end of the day, you just got to take care of the ball and go from there.
All right, Coach, best of luck. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Daniel Harris, 10-19, the Senators team, but got a good win over Point Park. Tight game the other night, 75-73 in the opener. Should take a look at our MEC officials, and we're just about ready to go. West Banco Arena in Wheeling, just about as the crow flies, 15 miles to the West Liberty campus. Not a home game for the Hilltoppers, but you certainly won't know that from the roar of the crowd when West Liberty scores. It's going to be a pro Hilltopper crowd in here tonight. Opening tip is won by Davis and Elkins. They attack immediately and take an early lead. That's Darius Roach.
I'm not going to say no to that start. You want to start fast. You want to take good care of the basketball, as you just heard from Coach Harris, and you get 2 before 5 seconds even came off the clock.
All right, here's West Liberty's offense. 15 games over 100 points this season, including both games against D&E. Backdoor cut, beautiful feed inside to Hayden Abdullah from Landon Butler.
Really great action, like you said, the find from Butler.
The Hilltoppers press all over the floor. That is one of their staples. They really want to turn you over, get the game up and down, get it quick, and they usually have an opportunity to do that. A lot of their points come off live ball turnovers. That's what they feast on. Tied at 2. They're in a zone here defensively in the half court. 3 is popped, missed by Roach. Rebound taken by Butler. West Liberty's Cameron Williams, Euro step to the basket, and he'll draw contact and a foul. And the Hilltoppers will go to the free throw line. So you look at how they get their points all season. They attack the rim, they get to the free throw line. They've attempted, this will be free throw 7, 06, and 07 on the season. And how about this number, Luke? They have outscored their opposition by 267 points from beyond the arc this year.
That's incredible, and that's what's key. It's not just that they shoot the ball so well at 36% from 3, but they lead the MEC in opponents' three-point percentage, holding their opponents to 32. And I'll throw another stat in your direction. They've made 134 more field goals than their opponents this year.
There's West Liberty just 0.4 of a point under 100, and Nova Southeastern, of course, head coach by Jim Crutchfield, who was really the architect of this system, this press. Same thing he does with the Sharks, won a national championship 2 seasons ago. Ben Hallett continued it with his great career here at West Liberty before he took the Indianapolis opportunity this past year.
They got a nice take to the basket here from Gray, breaking the pressure. Then you had a West Liberty turnover on the other end. And you're right about Coach Crutchfield. It's another great season for Nova. And they've got some West Virginia talent on that roster, including Eli Allen, who's a starter for the Sharks. So Coach Crutchfield can win anywhere he goes.
Yeah, expected to be the top seed in the southern region of the NCAA tournament. Kick out, jumper for 3. Front lip of the rim, no good for Vegas Evans. Offensive rebound for the Senators. They'll attack again, and Roach. Oh, rolls completely around the rim. Unfrilling roll for Roach. Cameron Williams attacks, backs in. Roach knocks the ball from him, out of bounds. Last touching Darius Roach. It'll stay with the Hilltoppers. And Daniel Harris, I think he thought about his challenge right there. Teams have 1 challenge per game. They earn a second if they are correct. You must have a timeout. And last touching on the ball going out of bounds is one of the 3 things that is challengeable in the Mountain East Conference tournament. Goaltending and a block charge being the other. Abdullah backs in. Look at the 6'9" sophomore with the handles out of the state of Connecticut. Second wave is in for West Liberty, and a verse layup is good. It didn't take Jamie Muldowney long to get into the game and in the scorebook, the junior from Ireland.
Yeah, and with Muldowney and Abdullah both, they're just portions of the floor where they catch the ball, and it's just impossible to stop them from scoring.
Open 3, back iron missed by Okoroji. And Abdullah attacks and has that ball knocked out of bounds. And the ball will belong to the Hilltoppers. More subs coming in for West Liberty. I mentioned they'll go at least 10 deep, sometimes 11. Cameron Williams comes back after a short spell on the bench. And Peter Latos will check in for the first time, the sophomore from Wisconsin.
And that's something else that makes the press so important. When you're going 11 deep, at D&E, we're not really expecting to go more than 7 or 8 deep, so that press just wears you down over time.
Ball stolen. Spatafor had it taken away by Matthew Gray. Gray cut off by Williams in a lot of traffic, and held ball going to be called as he was trying to step through and rip through the contact arrow. Will give it to West Liberty.
I like the aggression from Gray early. He had that deflected ball out of bounds on the previous defensive possession. Obviously there, maybe didn't want to take it in 1-on-4, but he's got eyes for the rim, and you got to be aggressive against this West Liberty team. It's not 1st to 60 when you play the Hilltoppers. You got to score a lot of points.
Kick out, wide open 3 in the corner, and it is good for Max Hurry. 27th made 3 on the season just for the sophomore.
Just collapsed the defense on the dribble drive.
And a steal on the inbound. Cameron Williams misses on the opening attempt, and Matthew Gray is going to clear it off for Davis and Elkins. Here come the Senators on the attack, driving baseline, trailing by 3, and a foul called on a nice feed from Okoroji to a cutter, and Vegas Evans will get himself to the free throw line.
Evans, one of those long wings to watch for Coach Harris and this Davis and Elkins team. Scored in double figures in 9 consecutive games at 6'7", still shoots 39% from 3. So a really versatile scorer with him and Gray. You know, at 6'7" with guard skills, that can be a mismatch nightmare at the Division II level.
Senior from Ontario, Canada, had a well-rounded game in the win over Point Park out of Pittsburgh in the opening round. 12 points, 6 boards, and 3 assists.
And interesting for both of these coaches, both stepping into situations with coaches that left to take Division I jobs. We talked about Ben Hallett taking the IUND job and Lamberti stepping into that role. Of course, Daniel Mondragon, longtime coach at D&E. He's at Mercer as an assistant coach, but both of these coaches stepping into those roles.
Yeah, Daniel Harris, who we spoke to at the top, was Mondragon's assistant there. Daniel Mondragon, a Florida native. And he got that program, boy, a lot of buzz around D&E basketball for the first time in decades last year and the year before in Elkins. And Daniel Harris has done a great job continuing.
He recruits athletes. He plays a fun system. You can tell his players really enjoy playing for him.
Spatafor works it into the corner, taken by Max Hurry. 16 on the shot clock. Over to Cameron Williams. West Liberty. Barely does that shot clock get under 10 when they're on offense. Spatafor to the basket, trying to draw contact. Loose offensive rebound put up with Latos. won't fall. They volley for it. Latos nearly tipped it back to the cylinder. He gets it again, throws it out. Muldowney for three. Off the rim, no. Spatafora again. Hurry in the corner. Can he cash it in? No, missed it.
Just trying to get the sea legs under him here in Wheeling early.
Vegas Evans into the front court. That's interesting. We've seen so many teams, different strategies in the way you try to attack this. Do you try to slow it down? Sometimes that doesn't work. We've seen teams try to just outrun and gun West Liberty. Certainly that was what Fairmont State did last year in the championship game in a triple overtime. Both teams over 100 points. Driving to the basket and stripped to the ball is Cameron Williams, and he's going to be fouled. And we'll go to the free throw line.
But like you said, I mean, it's incredible how Coach Lamberti is able to dictate tempo with this West Liberty team. I mean, it's a foregone conclusion that these games will be in the 80s. It will be up and down. The ability to make every single team on their schedule pay or play much faster and up to their level is pretty spectacular. And he hasn't just done it at West Liberty. When he was at Coker previously and he brought a good number of players from that program, that was another program that was averaging over 100 points per game. So, you know, it's right in that Crutchfield vein, that Ben Hallett vein, and it's just it's so much fun. You just can't blink when you watch your West Liberty. You know, nobody in the crowd right now is on their phone, because if you're looking down, you might miss something.
And you mentioned what a great job by Mike Lamberti. A little background on him. He played here for the Hilltoppers under Ben Hallett. Was an assistant under Hallett. Took the head coaching job at Coker last year, gets the West Liberty job, and as you mentioned, brought a lot of the Coker players with him from a successful season last year. Matter of fact, Coker nearly improved their point per game average by 30 points in the first season under Mike Lamberti in that new system. And you know, West Liberty was preseason pick number 2 behind Fairmont State in the preseason poll, and there was some questions. Here's a steal, and a layup is good for Miles Montgomery. There was a question how quickly he could get these guys to mesh with what West Liberty they recruited in and what was left over from the previous staff, and obviously it's gone well.
Yeah, they're foul in the backcourt here, but I'll tell you, I thought the same thing, Travis. You get another look at the deflection and the layup here for Montgomery. I got to see West Liberty early in December against Shepherd. I thought the same thing. Would the pace be the same? Would the talent be the same? Is it going to take a year for Coach Lamberti to figure things out there? And by the end of that game, I had my answer. And here they stand at the end of the season with just 4 losses and that number 1 next to their name.
Yeah, what's been impressive, they've returned just a few guys, you know, held over from the previous staff, including the senior Dante Spatafora, who came into West Liberty as a freshman. But the melding has worked well. Hilltoppers trying to win their 25th game here tonight. Jumper for 3, up and good for Malachi Hampton. And back comes Montgomery, and he'll draw contact and be fouled as Miles Montgomery, freshman from Minford, Ohio, has been terrific this season, averaging 13 a game. At the line, we come back. Toppers up 1 early.
No weekend plans? Try some of ours. From unrivaled outdoor adventure you won't find anywhere else in the world, to hometown plates and platters that pair well with the local craft beers. The happiest hours start here. Mountaineer Country. Come, go wild.
Attention Mountaineer Challenge Academy graduates. Specialized free training programs are available to you. Career and technical education leading to industry-recognized certification and job placement in welding, building construction, medical assistant, and heavy equipment operating. Our career-focused and resume-building tracks are designed to allow you to dictate your own success. We'll give you professional guidance and interview and resume-building skills to help you get to the next level. Learn more at wvjobchallengeprogram.org. Another challenge for a better future.
It starts with just one text, but now you're checking your notifications, changing your playlist, and all of a sudden, your mind isn't where it should be. It's tough to avoid. I mean, distractions are everywhere, but the last place they should be is behind the wheel. In fact, driving distracted is not only dangerous, it's illegal. If you're caught with a phone in your hand while driving, you can be pulled over and given a ticket. So keep your eyes on the road, not your phone.
3, 2,
Regional State Farm Insurance Agents proud to support the 2026 Mountain East Conference Tournament. Call one of the MEC sponsoring agents today. Mark Zeck in Grafton, Chad Broadwater in Wheeling, Kerry Antelock in Fairmont, Rob Johnson in Clarksburg, and Jody Herrick in Elkins. Well, good start here for D&E. West Liberty just won for their first 9 from the floor, or at least one of their last 9, I should say, and the Senators hanging in.
Yeah, absolutely. Hit some early shots in the half court. You've gotten Gray to get something through the hoop early. You've gotten Evans some early touches, which is exactly what Daniel Harris wanted coming into this game. But you do have to be a little concerned. West Liberty's taken 6 more shots and have 7 more rebounds. So you're playing on the razor's edge right now. But Davis and Elkins, the last thing you want is to come out against this West Liberty team and fall behind immediately 10, 15 points. And it's hard to work out of. So I think all in all, Coach Harris would like the way that they've started this game.
2 for 2 for Miles Montgomery. There you saw a look at the D&E bench, including Sam Roll. What a great player he was for the Senators.
Great passer.
Yeah, 5-year starter. Unfortunately, some injuries affected his senior season. Ball deflected out of bounds after Montgomery hit 2 free throws.
It's a rather ambitious attempt at a lob there by Hampton. That would have been a pretty spectacular highlight if they would have got that cleanly to Evans. And some consternation here. I was going to say the officials took a look at it. They're going to change the call.
No need to look at the monitor. The officials, including Kent Wilkinson, came over and had a better look at it. West Liberty basketball leading by 3. Fella hands it over to Montgomery. Backdoor cut, and that is what you got to watch. They love the back doors. Landon Butler gets in there and scores it. The junior from Latrobe, Pennsylvania, and the ball thrown away. Muldowney with the steal, but he had his bounce pass kicked. And West Liberty will maintain possession.
But you're right with those back cuts. I mean, you're trying to run West Liberty off the 3-point line, and they say, all right, fair enough. We'll V-cut, back cut to the rim, and it'll just be a layup for us instead. I mean, it's the intricacies of this Lamberti offense that make things so simple to generate open looks from 3 and looks close to the rim like that.
Pull-up jumper, Montgomery, 15-footer, rims off, no good. Snagged by Hampton at the rim. Works it ahead to Okoroji. D&E down by 5. Pull-up jumper for 3, hit by Okoroji. It's 58th. Make up the season from beyond the arc.
Double figures in 4 straight for him. Somebody else that's playing really good ball here in March.
Matos can't answer the 3, but it's picked up by Butler, and he'll set it up. Bump down underneath. Muldowney with the shot off the rim, no good. And late whistle and a foul going to go against D&E. Much to the disbelief of Daniel Harris.
Yeah, it had the mismatch there against the smaller guard in Starks. Not much in it, but Aldoni able to draw the foul and with the free throws. And like I said, even against forwards, if he catches the ball near the dunker spot, if he gets it right in the middle of the lane within 5 feet of the hoop, he's got great footwork and a really strong lower half, and will just pivot his way around until he can get a decent opportunity to get something up off the rim.
Free throw off the rim. Downey is one of 3 Hilltoppers that have been to the line over 100 times this season. It's 1 out of 2.
Love some of the signage there.
Yeah, the Irishman.
Exactly.
We'll check out of the game now. 15-12. And loose ball. And great hustle there by Montgomery. He slides into our table.
Maybe at the expense of our signage.
Did you flinch there, Luke?
Not at all. I was ready to take an offensive foul.
Three-point game. Senators with possession here. Nearly 7 minutes into this first half. Starks hits a three, tied at 15.
Decent look in the action that he ran there with Roach. That was a deep three-pointer, but he got an open look, and those are rare against the West Liberty team that defends the three ball so well.
Latos, short corner. Throws it back out to Spatafor. Watched by Vegas Evans. Back down to Latos. Works and scores off the window.
Had a mismatch inside against Roach once again, and when you run so much action like West Liberty does, and you've got such a long team out there, you're going to have mismatches like that to exploit all game.
Evans attacks the rim, can't finish. And Montgomery takes a bump, maintains his footing, but has his shot blocked by Starks out of bounds. And the Hilltoppers will come back with Cameron Williams. While Downey checks back in. See Starks get just enough of that. Montgomery.
And you heard the groans from the West Liberty fans. You had Evans maybe tripping from behind there. Montgomery on his way to the basket.
And here's Williams. A nice little secondary cut as he came behind the primary and lost the D&E.
And you can add it to the list of things that West Liberty does well, scoring out of set plays, out of bounds plays, out of timeouts, something they do very efficiently.
4-point lead and a travel as Starks tried to pull up, fell to the floor.
Just a little too sped up. And again, Coach Harris saying they want to take care of the ball in this game early, but that's their 7th turnover to give the ball back to West Liberty.
4 straight points here for the Hilltoppers, and they get forced the turnover. West Liberty with the basketball, under 12 minutes remaining. Pass underneath Cameron Williams, and he was fouled. Late whistle, but Vegas Evans did contact him.
Yeah, those are the ones that kind of raise your blood pressure as a fan when the whistle's just a little late. But like you said, absolutely the right call. Good head fake. Got Evans off the ground. Nearly had a chance at a three-point play.
Cameron Williams at the line to shoot 2.
One of 9 different players on this team that averages over 5 points per game, and he is one of the ones in double figures, averages about 12. And again, it makes it so hard to prepare for when you have teams that they like to say, this is our primary defender, this is our second best defender, who are we going to match up on? It's just hard to take away and figure out who's going to have the hot hand for West Liberty.
Missed them both. Cameron Williams 2 for 6, and we're going to have a push foul called underneath on the Hilltoppers on that rebound. It was Mal Downey they got. Clear out, yeah, got the hook there. 3rd team foul on the Hilltoppers. Drive and attack. That was close to an up and down, and no whistle. And Jeremiah Whitmore scores it.
Whitmore's a really interesting player for Davis and Elkins. He went from late November to mid-February without playing. As you see the miss there from Abdullah, but you know, Coach Harris highlighted him as somebody that said we want him to be a big part of our program. So he came back on February 11th and has been a staple in the lineup ever since.
Kick out right wing. Jumper for 3 off, turns into a nice pass, but the follow-up from Okorji slipped out of his hands with the assistance of a foul.
Now, like you said, it came right to him. I think he was almost surprised and then went back up for it, and it just slipped through his hands.
That's the second. Mal Downey picks up a foul on either end of the floor, and the first free throw is no good for Okorji, 67% on the season.
Odd start shooting the free throws for West Liberty, 5 of 10, though that one, of course, just the first miss for Davis and Elkins.
Next one rattles in for Ndozi Okorji. Trims the Hilltopper lead to 1. 11:05 remaining until halftime. Montgomery to Abdullah. 3 down the middle, no good. And look at that collision in the paint going for the loose ball. And Miles Montgomery in the middle of that. Last touching by the Senators.
Been a little gunpowder to start this game, some physical play.
Spatafora throws it out to Abdullah. Works it to Dante Spatafora. Excellent three-point shooter. He'll step back, fire one, and hit it.
Just think about the amount of games that he's been able to play in this tournament. You mentioned one of the holdovers and his deep runs that West Liberty makes every year. I mean, he's played as many games on this floor as anybody in the conference.
Lead back to 4. Nice step through, but couldn't finish. Whitmore missed it. Latos with the rebound. Back come the Hilltoppers. Leading by 4. Latos. Ball swatted off the glass, but picked up by Spatafora. Nice block by Whitmore. West Liberty will swing it. Abdullah backs in. Big size advantage there on Starks. Little step back fade is good.
The shades of Sean Livingston, the 6'9" point guard for the Golden State Warriors. When he's handling the ball this much, it often means a guard is guarding him, and he's going to be able to exploit that mismatch.
Lead out to 6. On 5 straight points for West Liberty. Under 10 minutes remaining here in the first half. Matthew Gray, been quiet so far, averages 17, been held to just a bucket. Stark's going to hold it. Daniel Harris up, marking instructions to his offense at the far end of the floor. Shot clock at 5. Spatafora tips it away, but it comes right to Whitmore. He's cut off, and he can't get the shot away to beat the buzzer. Hesitated just a moment. I thought he had an open lane to maybe dunk it in, but great recovery defense by West Liberty. Hilltoppers in a battle, but they lead by 6.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Everybody come clap your hands. Oh, don't you know when you dance, you've got to smile or you can't cry. Try it a while.
Farmers, have you heard about the West Virginia Senior Farmers Market Nutrition Program? If you are selling fresh fruits and vegetables in the months of June through October, you sell your produce in the state of West Virginia, and you grow at least 25% of what you sell, you are eligible to take the vouchers. You can find the application online at agriculture.wv.gov or get one by calling 304-558-2210. This is taxable income, and you will need internet to redeem the vouchers. The deadline to apply is April 15th.
Across West Virginia, hospitals are always here, healing, helping, and standing strong for our communities. Hospitals save lives and build livelihoods. They're among our largest employers, with a passionate workforce of 54,000 West Virginians. Hospitals are economic drivers, contributing close to $17 billion to our state's economy and working to ensure access to care for all. From life-saving moments to wellness support, West Virginia hospitals keep our state healthy, our families strong, and our future bright.
Well, big picture right here, the final Atlantic Regional rankings before the bracket is unveiled on Sunday night. We talked about Gannon still alive in the PSAC tournament. It continues this weekend. West Liberty, Fairmont State lined up right there. Charleston, in our next game later tonight, they are on the bubble squarely, so they need a win for sure. At very least, need a win at 8:30 tonight.
Yeah, it was key for them. Millersville and Westchester both got knocked out in the quarterfinals of the PSAC tournament. I was curious if that would move Wheeling up into the conversation, but they were upset earlier today by Concord. But like you said, UC probably needs to win at least a game here to solidify that they're going to be that 8th team.
Yeah, Charleston plays Glenville later on tonight. Glenville's a team that was in the conversation, kind of on the bubble for the NCAA tournament. They played their way off the bubble here in the late season. Latos with a bucket. West Liberty leading by 8. Slowly starting to pull away from Davis and Elkins. Senators need to take care of the ball and start scoring some buckets. Jenkins again had the hot hand the other night. He's checked back in at 14 points and 4 3, or might make it 19 points and 4 3.
You got 6 made field goals currently for D&E, and now 9 turnovers.
Latos blocks Roach's shot. Williams out of control, and he travels coming down the lane.
He's kind of hung out to dry there by his teammate. He got past the ball right as he was about to run into a D&E double team. So that was a good response from the Senators. You turn the ball over on one end, but you track back defensively, force the turnover to get the ball back. And you really don't want this West Liberty team to get 12, 15, 18 points clear of you, because as well as they take care of the ball and move the ball, they can go into clock-chewing mode, run some really efficient sets.
There's Aiden Davis, who's come in, the freshman from Steubenville, Ohio. And a home game for him as well here in Wheeling. Steubenville just across the river.
Of course, he spent a couple of years at Wheeling Park, so he's been all over the Northern Panhandle.
Here's Whitmore, attacks, layup shot, no good. Tap to the corner, taken there by Davis. Works it ahead, Spatafora, transition 3, no good. And a whistle, and that's going to be a holding foul on Darius Roach, as he was trying to box off, but it ended up doing more holding than boxing. That's his second foul. .8:25 remaining in the first half. And West Liberty known for their big runs, big surges. This one's been a little more of a slow pull away, but they're getting it done, leading by 8. Chance to take a double-figure lead for the first time in this game on this possession.
Yeah, 7-0 run. They've held D&E scoreless now for about 2:40 of game time.
Abdullah, step back, hit it. Well, he is so tough. 6'9" and fades like that. How do you defend it?
Exactly, especially when you have 5'11" on you. It starts with a little bit of contact, not enough to commit an offensive foul, but just enough to get separation. And then there's just no way to contest that shot.
That lead is 10. Davis and Elkins in need of a basket. 7-0 run. D&E's gone nearly 3 minutes without scoring. Jenkins throws it, far side corner. And we'll get a whistle and a holding foul called on that double down, double team.
And you really need the full 30 seconds of the shot clock to score against West Liberty, because it takes so long to break the press. You know, a good 6 or 8 seconds every time to get it across midcourt. Then you got to get the play call. Then you need to get into the first action of your offense. So oftentimes you're 15 seconds deep into the shot clock and you haven't even really started to run your play.
Davis called on a hold before the ball came in. That's his first. Going back to the previous foul, Cameron Williams picked up his second. 6-team foul now on West Liberty. Floater at the rim, up and good. Akoriji on a nice set play on the inbound. Deficit back under single digits once again. We're back to single digits. Montgomery over to Butler. Landon Butler, the younger brother of Bryce Butler, one of the best players in league history, and then transferred from West Liberty to a Division I College of Charleston to wrap up his career.
He was such a fun player to watch. Was a great rebounding wing, about 6'4", 6'5", could step out and shoot the 3. He's right up there with some of my favorite West Liberty players. Sager Bonifat comes to mind as well. I mean, there's just been so many stat-stuffing players that have played for the Hilltoppers through the years.
At 28-20, D&E got a stop, down 8. They break the press, now they want to attack. Throw out for a 3, back iron, missed. As Akoriji could not find the range. Abdullah along the sideline, trapped. Gets it out, drive to the basket, shot missed, but tapped up, nearly in. Max Hurries missed, tapped a couple of times by Latos. And Akoriji this time drives from the three-point line. Gets it to Matthew Gray, trying to get him on track. His shot short. Picked up by the Hilltoppers in the corner, but thrown away. Taken underneath the basket. Shot no good. D&E just cannot get it to fall. Hampton. That latest opportunity. Now Latos 3, up and good. Long 2, foot on the line.
Yeah, there were 2 incredible deflections defensively from Abdullah on that last set, and then he triggers the break. You kick out and you get that long 2, and you're back up to 10. A 10-point lead, I should say.
Closing in on 6 minutes remaining in the first half. Trell Jenkins with the ball. D&E, despite these recent rash of misses and a big dry spell, still shooting over 40% from the floor.
That is remarkable. They've missed 6 of their last 7.
Here's Gray, drives in, calls contact, and that'll be the second shot clock violation in this first half. And a turnover, number 9 forced for the Hilltoppers here in this first half.
And again, to sing West Liberty's praises, they've not shot the ball well at all in this game. 38% from the field, 17% from 3, and just 50% from the free throw line. But it doesn't matter. You know, they've made this a little bit of a slush fest early on. They've really turned on their defense. And it's such a talented team that you're not going to go 40 minutes shooting the ball this poorly. So it's, can you maintain the lead until it's time to get those shots to start going through?
Yeah, when you play the Hilltoppers, you're living dangerously if you're down 10 and they've shot that poorly, because that won't continue. Holding foul on D&E. Jenkins called on that one. 7-team foul. And Jamie Aldowning at the free throw line. Shoot a 1-and-1. Puts it up and good. West Liberty. You mentioned the amount of games they have played in this tournament. This is their 34th all-time MEC tournament game. They've won 30 or 25 of those. Holding foul called on Butler, and we'll walk to the other end, and it's going to be Matthew Gray will be at the line after the miss, 8th team foul.
Some dominance in this series as well. This is the 121st all-time meeting between these two programs, and West Liberty has won 91. To Davis and Elkins is 29.
And of course, this was an old West Virginia Conference rivalry as well.
You know, I'm starting to run into more and more people that reminisce and miss the old Weeviac days.
Yeah, so that's back, you know, in the 70s in particular. You know, there was not a college basketball game on every night. And the gyms and the arenas around the West Virginia Conference were packed. Charleston, they tell tales of the Charleston Coliseum and Convention Center, which, you know, seats upwards of 12,000 people, being packed for a West Virginia Conference championship game. Blocking foul called on Davis and Elkins, and the question is, was that goaltending?
That's a great point. It was an awkward foul there. You saw Jenkins kind of lean in with the elbow, and then Hampton comes up to contest the shot that was up in the air, like you said. So Coach Lamberti with a little bit of a case there.
All right, that is not reviewable because it must be called goaltending to review. So not challengeable for Mike Lamberti, and I'm not sure he would waste a challenge on that this early. And Aiden Davis, a 77% free throw shooter, puts it up and in.
And he's somebody that West Liberty really wants to get going. Averages about 7 a game, but he's only put up 17 total points over his last 6. So he gets that free throw there, and obviously he does things other than score the basketball to help this West Liberty team win. But, you know, you want opportunities here in these early conference tournament games to try to ignite some of the players in your team that have been struggling over the last couple of weeks.
And as you noted, Aiden Davis started and played the bulk of his career at Wheeling Park High School for Michael Jebbia, another great West Virginia Conference name from the past. He was the head coach at Wheeling Park before he transferred to Steubenville High School, the Big Red. And Davis makes 2 out of 2 at the line. Hilltoppers lead by 11.
Coach Jebbia also played in one of my favorite state tournament games, not that I was alive for it, the triple overtime game between Wheeling Park and Beckley. Featured another coach, Justin Namalik, currently the head coach at Shepherd University. So just some great basketball history.
You weren't alive. What, did you just read the newspaper clippings?
I've watched that YouTube video more times than I'm ashamed to admit, admittedly.
D&E down 11, under 5 to play. Mid lane, back iron. Whitmore couldn't get it to fall. And Spatafora will race it into the front court. Give it up to Terrence Pankey. Reverse layup is good for the sophomore from Youngstown.
That was nifty. Sophomore with just a head full of steam, but kind of jump step, call it kind of a Euro, and then went to the reverse. It was a nice finish.
35-22 as West Liberty continues to build that lead as Davis and Elkins has missed their last 8 shot attempts. And they'll take care of that with Whitmore's strong take.
He's starting to grow into this game a little bit too. Had some awkward takes early, some fumbles with the basketball. He's playing like somebody that had a 3-month absence from this team, but you can also see how good of an athlete he is. And if he gets going, that could be key for Davis and Elkins coming back into the game.
There's the matchup they want. Abdullah, nice spin, takeaway by Jenkins as kind of a whirling dervish there as he knocks it away from Abdullah out of bounds. Hilltoppers will maintain. Pankey giving the Toppers an 11-point lead as we close in on halftime.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
For over 4 decades, we've been rooted deep inside West Virginia. Through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Proudly serving your neighborhood since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community.
The health plan, we are here for you.
Glenville State University offers cutting-edge programs, small class sizes, and dedicated faculty providing students with a personalized experience focused on their success. With the lowest tuition in the Mountain State, every student has the opportunity to achieve their goals. At Glenville State University, you'll find a community that supports, challenges, and inspires you every step of the way. From hands-on learning in state-of-the-art facilities to internships that connect you with real-world opportunities, we prepare you for the challenges and triumphs of tomorrow. Pioneer your future at Glenville State University.
Good half for Hayden Abdullah, and Luke, he's one of those players that packed his bags, came from South Carolina and Coker up to West Liberty.
Yeah, and you can see how well he's able to generate separation with that 6'9" frame. 6 points, 3 rebounds, taking great care of the basketball, no turnovers yet. Just a mismatch nightmare when you've got him and Muldowney and the length that this West Liberty team has on the floor at the same time. You just ask, how do you stop it?
Yeah, a couple of times they've gotten a nice switch that they want with Jenkins on him. And Jenkins rebounds that one. Dontrell 5'9" at times, guarding 6'9" Abdullah. Now let's see what Jenkins can do offensively here. He's been bottled up so far in this contest, held scoreless. Pass underneath, left-handed layup, good, and a foul. That's Malachi Hampton trying to complete the play. Fouls on West Liberty's Landon Butler.
That was an ambitious entry pass among 3 white jerseys, but Hampton was able to jump higher than the rest, pull it down, turn around, and finish, get it down to single digits, and that's key. You know, for Coach Harris, if you can keep this within single digits going into the locker room and try to reignite your offense in this second half, all in all, it could be a pretty quality first half for D&E.
Malachi Hampton completes the play. He's got 6 points, 8-point game, 3:33 remaining until halftime. Muldowney back in, he's got 2 fouls. Jenkins has him, but he doesn't have help, and Gray fouls Muldowney.
Rotated over just a little bit late. Muldowney seeks out contact so well. Yeah, it looks like they did get him on that left arm. And Muldowney, I mean, he's a good athlete. He's more quick than he is fast. And it's interesting on some of these drives to the basket, it would be hard to slide a piece of paper under his shoes. He doesn't really leave the ground, but kind of extends that arm forward and seeks out contact. And again, is a really shifty and crafty player.
How about West Liberty? 75% as a team at the line this season. Right now, they are 8 of 14. And now Downey does salvage 1 out of 2. Cuts the lead back to 9. He'll head to the bench. They're trying to protect him with those 2 fouls here in the late half. Peter Latos comes back in.
Obviously, like we mentioned, a number of the guys on this roster coming from Coker, so haven't played in West Banco Arena. It is one of the more unique backdrops, although West Liberty's got a pretty unique arena to shoot in, to be fair.
Yeah, pretty spacious as well. There's Jenkins into the front court. Slows it up. West Liberty's played some zone tonight, and that's what they're in again. Penetration, shot off the rim, no good by Whitmore. Scramble for the rebound, good job by Whitmore. Rip it away from Latos. Now he tries to clear out some space and can't get the left-handed shot to fall. Then Latos collides unintentionally coming up the floor with Malachi Hampton. And now the ball gets wedged.
I've never seen a block into a wedgie before. I genuinely have never seen that.
Well, you're going to see it again. There it is. Whitmore. How about that young guy? Going at both ends. He ends up in a blank 94 feet from where he was. And blocked it, pinned it against the rim, but they called the foul on Whitmore. Abdullah in and out, no good.
Yeah, another missed free throw. It's somewhat bizarre. I can tell you, it's obviously you're not that far away from West Liberty's gym. I wouldn't be surprised if Lamberti gets the boys together, if West Liberty's able to hang on in advance and they shoot a couple of these tomorrow.
Next one up and good. I think those young ladies have a sign for every player up there. Here's Gregg to Starks, 1-on-2, and a bounce pass. Boy, that was a hot potato that came into Hampton. He had no chance at it.
That was a fastball. You're absolutely right.
Montgomery. And a drive and kick. Hilltoppers by 10. Abdullah searching. Cut off. Sends it out. Montgomery, 3. And a collision midair. Spatafora. And Hampton, ball last touching Hampton.
So remarkable. Another example. He got the ball in close to the basket with Abdullah. The second West Liberty knows there's a double team run at him, they can kick out to an open shooter. Didn't work for him there, but they did get another wide open look from 3. Again, the second they know they're doubled, it's just instinct. They know where the open man's going to be.
Yeah, another offensive rebound. 25-11, the rebounding advantage for West Liberty. Latos, who just picked up an offensive foul, has 8 rebounds.
And, you know, it's worth mentioning second chance points now 10-1, and you're down by 10 if you're Davis and Elkins. You got to trim into that deficit as best as possible.
2:25 to play. And we'll get the floor mopped up here.
Now Jenkins a little worse for wear at the end of that play.
Yeah, he's the one that ran into this.
Oh, my goodness. It's a Rick Mahorn screen. I mean, didn't mean anything by it at all. He didn't move at Latos, but wow. That's one that'll open up your sinuses.
Jenkins goes to the bench. And the housekeeping is complete. So check on Jenkins. You could tell immediately he was rubbing his jaw when he got up. All right, 2:20 to play. First half, 10-point lead. Trying to get Matthew Gray on track. 17-point per game. Pretty consistent score, but he's been held to just a bucket and has not gotten many looks either. He'll create there and draw contact and get to the free throw line.
Yeah, like you said, it only taken 2 shots. You just, you know, need to get him to get more opportunities to get shot on the rim. Are we going to?
Yeah, going to call goaltending here. So that would be eligible for Mike Lamberti to challenge, but he either agrees with the call or doesn't want to risk it. So Gray gets an and 1.
That's the risk you play with that challenge. You know, especially when your players try to coax you into calling it early. You really want to keep that in your back pocket in case things get dicey in the second half. Little 2-3 zone here for Davis and Elkins.
Yeah, a little change. See if Spatafor can shoot him out of it. That's the gamble.
Yeah, this is a very difficult team to play zone against.
I think at best, Luke, you maybe zone for a possession or two and hope it doesn't bite you.
Right. I think that was the plan there, just to throw him a changeup for maybe 1 or 2 plays. And I would be surprised if they're back into it the next time we go down to that end of the floor.
Miles Montgomery called on a foul. It'll be over the 10-team limit. So they'll put Darius Roach at the free throw line for Davis and Elkins.
21 fouls in this first half, and again, it's a West Liberty team that's built for depth, just a little bit better than D&E. 3 fouls in this first half for Roach, 2 for Jenkins, 2 for Evans. The foul trouble for the Senators.
Max Hurry checks back in. Butler heads to the bench. Roach, another free throw coming. Maryville, Indiana product. Glen Oaks Community College, junior. First year in the D&E program. And he hit them both. Lead is 8, 1:40 remaining here in the first half of play. Spatafor drives in, floats up a lefty shot, off balance and a bit out of control. Davis and Elkins races back. Starks finds a cutter coming right down the lane, in and out, no good for Malachi Hampton, followed up and in by Okoroji.
Way to stay with that play, make it a 2-possession game.
Yeah, lead down to 6, 1:15 remaining. Hurry around to Abdullah. He'll step back and shoot a 3. Line drive off, ball deflected out of bounds to Davis and Elkins.
Yeah, closing the gap here in the dying minutes of the first half. Again, an effort play after Hampton missed what looked to be a sure layup. It was followed up by Okoroji very well, and then you get the stop and the turnover on the other end.
And Tristan Starks brings it up. We hit 1 minute remaining until halftime. Here's Gregg, catch and release 3. Well, we asked for Gray to step up, and he has, as he has scored 6 of the Senators' last 8. It's a 3-point game. Abdullah hands it over to Max Hurry. Hurry spins to the basket. Shot is blocked. He gets it back in traffic. 10 on the shot clock. Abdullah mid-lane. Out to Montgomery. He'll penetrate, put it up with the right hand, and got it to fall.
Wow. Way to stay with that play. He double clutched in the air and was able to finish over his defender.
Yeah, no fear from Miles Montgomery, the freshman. Went in there and to the midst of the trees and was able to finesse it up and in. A 5-point game, shot clock off. D&E's got to inbound the basketball, and a dangerous heave out to half court. Hampton takes it, and we'll get a timeout taken by Daniel Harris and D&E at that point. That timeout that doesn't carry over to the second half.
That was an ambitious inbound, wasn't it? My goodness.
One of those, I know somebody's down there somewhere.
And he was very close to the midcourt line. You saw Lamberti watching. Obviously wasn't over and back, but it was an awkward spot to catch the ball as well.
A 5-point game, but D&E has survived a little mini storm here in this first half, down by as many as 11 points. And they have battled back to within 5 at 42-37. And, getting it done, shooting still a better percentage than West Liberty. The Hilltoppers just 39%, and West Liberty also has missed 8 free throws.
And importantly, like you said, Gray went, 18 minutes of that first half and had just 2 total shots, and then he gets buckets on back-to-back possessions. So you have a chance with the basketball here to get it down to a 1-possession game going into the locker room. And your best player, arguably, your leading scorer, definitely got off to a little bit of a slow start, but you get him revved up right before the half. So Davis and Elkins is not in a bad spot. What's your best sideline out of bounds play here? What can you generate to try to make it a 1-score game and just go from there?
21 seconds left, 5-point game, 42-37. Officials went to the monitor during that timeout there.
Clock didn't change. I don't know if they were
looking to see who the foul was on at the 2-minute mark. That was the goaltending and one on Matthew Gregg. So no change there. Extended 2-1-2. Gregg gets it mid lane. Tough fade up, no good. Foul called. Vegas Evans will go to the line.
And Michael Lamberti's not happy about that at all. That's where you wanted to catch it. You don't see a lot of the 2-1-2 anymore, like you said. But if you're able to catch it within 8 feet of the basket like Evans was there, kind of pin down your defender and have a chance to either score or get fouled, and that's exactly what they did.
And Evans can't convert. That is D&E's second missed rather from the line, 9 of 11. .9 remaining. And the Hilltoppers will get a final shot here after Vegas Evans takes his second free throw. 16 points per game for Vegas Evans. He's been held to just 2 points. Now 3. And he'll be checked out. 4-point game, 10.9. D&E will retreat and pick up West Liberty in the half court. Spatafor lets it bounce in front of Gray. Picks it up, crosses over. 5 to shoot to Montgomery. Montgomery spins, drives, bodied up, hits the side of the backboard. Mondowney got it up to the rim, off the back heel, and off, and that is the way the first half will come to a close. So West Liberty builds a double-digit lead. Davis and Elkins got it back to a 1-point game, and the Senators will go to the locker room, the 8th seed, trailing by just 4 points at 42-38 here at halftime.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw a scare for the 2 seed earlier today, and this one a good matchup as well. A really, really well played first half, and you know, again, D&E got some things going towards the end of the half there.
Michael Lamberti joins us now, coaching in his first Mountain East Conference game against the Senators of D&E, leading by 4 at halftime. Mike, just your thoughts on that first half. Missed free throws, not shooting as well as you typically do, but still a 4-point lead at halftime.
Yeah, for sure. We were up 11 there with 4 to play in that last media timeout. We let them back in it by fouling, the game slowing down a little bit. If we can keep the tempo in our favor like we did the first 15 minutes in the second half, I like our chances, but we can't put them in the advantage situations with free throws by fouling and putting them at the line and slowing the game down like we did the last 4 minutes.
All right, Michael, appreciate it. Thanks.
Yep.
Michael Lamberti, head coach, Hilltoppers of West Liberty. As he mentioned, leading by 11, but they've run into a hearty Senator ball club tonight. Halftime here in Wheeling, 4-point lead for the top seed. We're back in a moment.
The best thing about West Virginia is hope.
The commitment we're making is $2.2 billion in the state of West Virginia.
It's creating opportunities for the next generation to have career-sustaining jobs.
We're creating career paths and jobs.
Everybody's talking about it. Hope Gas is doing it.
This gives opportunities for underprivileged communities to have new jobs, to have new opportunities, and it just gives people hope.
Learn more at wvisforhope.com.
It starts with just one text, but now you're checking your notifications, changing your playlist, and all of a sudden, your mind isn't where it should be. It's tough to avoid. I mean, distractions are everywhere. But the last place they should be is behind the wheel. In fact, driving distracted is not only dangerous, it's illegal. If you're caught with a phone in your hand while driving, you can be pulled over and given a ticket. So keep your eyes on the road, not your phone.
No weekend plans? Try some of ours. With a generous serving of historic sites, foodie eccentricities, and brewery diversions, the happiest hours start here. Mountaineer Country. Come, go wild.
construction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Tonight's halftime report presented by McKinley Architecture and Engineering. Experience, innovation delivered. 4-point lead for West Liberty here at halftime against the Senators of Davis and Elkins. Travis and Luke back with you here. And Senators doing exactly what they need to do in that first half, and that's muck the game up. This thing, if it's fluid and up and down and has some rhythm to it, that favors West Liberty.
Yeah, a lot of fouls in that first half, some starts and stops. They were able to grind things out in the half court a little bit, and then got Gray going with a couple of late makes, their leading scorer who struggled through the first 18 minutes. So, yes, you're down 4, but it's against number 1, and I think Davis and Elkins is in a pretty comfortable situation right now. When it was at 11, you were a little bit worried, but they battled back, and they're within 2 possessions.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting to see how West Liberty responds. We've seen so many times that the Hilltoppers respond, come out with a 15, 18-0 run. This is a different group of Hilltoppers, though. Halftime, 4-point lead for West Liberty. More from Wheeling in a moment.
Struggling with high school? The Mountaineer Challenge Academy in Kingwood and Montgomery provides the structure to help you succeed. You can earn your high school diploma in 22 weeks. Call us today or visit wvchallenge.org.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
For over 4 decades, we've been rooted deep inside West Virginia. Through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Proudly serving your neighborhood since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community.
The health plan, we are here for you.
My name's Katie, and I'm a sophomore at Virginia Tech. I'm studying to be a lawyer, which means I'll be in school for 6 more years, and college isn't cheap. But my parents opened a Smart 529 savings account when I was 6 months old, and having that savings has given me the opportunity to focus on my education.
Smart 529 is West Virginia's education savings solution. Turn your savings into their success. Visit smart529.com. For more information, contact Smart 529 to obtain a program description, which includes investment objectives, risks, charges, expenses, and other information. Read and consider it carefully before investing.
It starts with just one text, but now you're checking your notifications, changing your playlist, and all of a sudden, your mind isn't where it should be. It's tough to avoid. I mean, distractions are everywhere. But the last place they should be is behind the wheel. In fact, driving distracted is not only dangerous, it's illegal. If you're caught with a phone in your hand while driving, you can be pulled over and given a ticket. So keep your eyes on the road, not your phone.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at wvhtf.org.
Take a look at the postseason award winners in the Mountain East Conference. Trey Simmons from Frostburg State. Boy, what a tournament he had as Frostburg advanced and lost earlier today in the quarterfinal round. But he scored over 50 points in 2 games here in Wheeling. Freshman of the year, Aiden Gall from Wheeling. Wheeling upset earlier in the quarterfinal round. The 3-seed knocked out of the tournament by Concord. Gijo from Concord, Defensive Player of the Year, and Chris Richardson, Wheeling Cardinals, getting his team as the 3-seed here at the MEC tournament. 4-point lead at halftime for the top seed, West Liberty Hilltoppers.
Everybody come clap your hands. Oh, don't you know when you dance, you've got to smile or you can't cry. Try it a while.
Attention, Mountaineer Challenge Academy graduates. Specialized free training programs are available to you. Career and technical education leading to industry-recognized certification and job placement in welding, building construction, medical assistant, and heavy equipment operating. Our career-focused and resume-building tracks are designed to allow you to dictate your own success. We'll give you professional guidance and interview and resume-building skills to help you get to the next level. Learn more at wvjobchallengeprogram.org. Another challenge for a better future.
Talked about Matthew Gray for Davis and Elkins and their need to get him going. He scored 6 of their 8 points there in that nice stretch where they got back in the game.
Yeah, the only player in this game with double figures. Got in close to the basket to score, stepped out and hit a 3-ball, and was crucial for Davis and Elkins closing the gap late in the half.
We talked about Hayden Abdullah a lot in that first half, and again, the West Liberty Hilltoppers. So many guys that can hurt you. Abdullah only averages 8 points a game, but he had a wonderful first half.
Yeah, really smooth finishes, a couple of step backs, absorbing the contact with just tremendous touch and exploiting the mismatches, which is what West Liberty does so well.
The first half numbers presented by Calcruth Roofing and Sheet Metal. Leave your roof to us. Hilltoppers struggling from the field, just 37.5% in that first half and 2 of 9 from beyond the arc. They even struggled at the free throw line, but they create turnovers, second chance points. Even when they're not shooting well, that's how they beat you.
Yeah, so many different ways they can beat you, and you see that 9-point disparity and second chance points. That's been so crucial. And of course, though, if you're Coach Lamberti, you want to see those free throws start to go in. You want to see those three-pointers start to go in, because those are two things that you do very well.
All right, West Liberty leading by 4, trying to avoid being the top seed and the first one to lose to an 8th seed in the history of this tournament. Second half coming your way from Wheeling after this timeout.
The best thing about West Virginia is hope.
The commitment we're making is $2.2 billion in the state of West Virginia.
It's creating opportunities for the next generation to have career-sustaining jobs.
We're creating career paths and jobs.
Everybody's talking about it. HOGAS is doing it.
This gives opportunities for underprivileged communities to have new jobs, to have new opportunities, and it just gives people hope.
Learn more at wvisforhope.com.
President, Fairmont State University, Dr. Michael Davis. Appreciate you stopping by. What's happening up at Fairmont State these days?
Lots of things.
Hilltoppers trying to advance on to this tournament. Again, they played in the championship game the last 7 seasons here in Wheeling. Lost to Fairmont last year as the top seed, 122 to 114 in triple overtime. As a matter of fact, West Liberty has not won the tournament since 2023 when they defeated Fairmont 112-82. They lost to Charleston in 2024. And the Hilltoppers, you know, despite their dominance, Luke, you look back, they have not really been that dominant in the championship games. 2022 and 2023, their last wins in the league championship. Look there at the MEC in the Division II finals, and you know, this league has been very successful in not only regionals, but getting into the Elite Eight as well. That 2023 team, that was an interesting matchup because you had Mike Crutchfield at Nova Southeastern, the former head coach at West Liberty, Ben Hallett, his former player and head coach at West Liberty. And that was a terrific championship game as Nova won their first ever national title, 111-101. Fairmont State also played for the Natty in 2017, and West Liberty lost in 2014. Now this league won a women's championship a few years ago with Kim Stevens, who is now, of course, the head coach at Tennessee after a short stint at Marshall University.
And you mentioned that championship game here in Wheeling last year. I got to call that game on the radio, triple overtime. I still haven't psychologically recovered. That was just an instant classic.
Mid lane, and a shot scored by Vegas Evans. Just muscled his way in there and fought through the contact.
It's really different offenses on display, the intricacies in the half court of West Liberty, but you know, at their best, what Daniel Harris really wants D&E to do is create these one-on-one situations, allowing players like Evans and Gray to get to the basket. They're so long, they're so capable of scoring from all three levels. So, you know, again, it's not an incredibly complex design play. It was just, we want to get the ball to Evans close to the basket and let him do what he does best.
And Evans scores it through, and it's a two-point game. Montgomery up high, and Butler gets sandwiched and knocked to the floor and fouled.
Staying out of foul trouble is going to be key here in the second half for D&E. Both teams got into the double bonus in that first half. There were a lot of fouls, and again, Davis and Elkins, while they have played 8 different players in this game, they really want to shorten that rotation, especially when we get into crunch time here in Wheeling, down to 6 or 7, and you got to keep players on the floor and out of foul trouble to do that.
19-25, Montgomery circling around, shot blocked by Vegas Evans, gets it back, throws it out to Aiden Davis. Here's Cameron Williams, seals, and he misses everything on a turnaround.
That was strong by Roach in the interior. That was a little undersized there, but walled up and didn't give up any space and forced that awkward take.
All right, Davis and Elkins looking for the lead on this possession. Matthew Gray with the ball. Last lead was 4-3. Evans got it.
Just pin down another guard. Simple action. Get it to your guys and get out of the way.
5-0 run to start. Abdullah to the basket. High off the window. Won't fall. Rebound ripped down by Starks. And back come the Senators with a 1-point lead. And Daniel Harris trying to slow him down, and they get an offensive foul called on a moving screen on Vegas Evans.
Yeah, he hit somebody up high, like you said, coming together right across midcourt. You saw Evans kind of bring his arms up above his chest, and a little bit of a collision there on Abdullah.
Yep, there it was. So Davis and Elkins turns it over for the first time in the second half. Peter Latos in, along with Jamie Maldowney. He has the ball, head fake, puts it off the window, no good, gets it back. He is so strong, lays it back up and in.
That was really impressive. The way he was able to work Evans further and further and further under the basket. What in the world just happened? It's a very awkward inbound.
The ball came in and had a lot of holding and grabbing going on before the ball was entered.
Evans handed the ball to Starks while he was inbounds to try to get him to take the ball out of bounds. That was very bizarre.
All right, pass up to Vegas Evans into the corner. Catch and release three. Good for Okoroji.
Keep feeding off of this momentum. If you're Davis and Elkins, you've started a little bit hotter coming out of the locker room. Try to turn this into a bigger run.
Three, up good. And that's the one guy that can certainly deliver every time called upon for West Liberty currently on the floor. Muldowney, Evans back to the basket, lays it up and in.
That was a perfect press break. You went from sideline to sideline, a couple of quick passes, and then the easy layup.
Muldowney up and under, not this time. Rebound taken by Vegas Evans. They slap it away from him, but he'll pick it up. D&E leading by 1. Got 3 seconds to get it across. Starks does. Hands the ball over to Darius Roach. 3 minutes gone here in the second half. 8 seed D&E, 1 point lead. Matthew Gray gives up on the dribble. 5 to shoot it. Stand still 3, no good. Rebound, Muldowney clears it off, goes behind the back. Hilltoppers looking to regain the lead. Muldowney denies the handoff, drives in, blocking foul. See if they call it on the floor or on the shot. Okoroji.
You could really feel Muldowney know that this team is struggling, and he's really made a point. Hit that 3 on the last possession, had the and one opportunity. Or I'm sorry, he got his miss back and put it up and in, and then there he goes to the basket and gets fouled. I mentioned, how intricate this West Liberty offense can be, but they're struggling a little bit right now, so it's not the worst thing in the world to give the ball to their best player and their leading scorer and say, you try to go to work.
Muldowney, short. So the struggles from the line continue from the first half for the Hilltoppers. Max Hurry will check back in.
And now 10 of 19 from the free throw line. Very, very, very uncharacteristic.
Including Jamie Muldowney, he's just 3 of 7. Connects on that one. Ties the score at 48. 16:42 to play. And West Liberty, despite their 24 wins on the season, they have had a handful of comebacks in the second half this season, including Frostburg. They were down nearly 20 in the second half, and Frostburg came back and won. 3 missed. Vegas Evans, offensive rebound, muscles his way in against Muldowney. Left it up short. Rebound volleyed again. Loose baseline, last touching Muldowney.
Just a great battle between 2 players. West Liberty maybe wanted an offensive foul because that shoulder dip from Evans, but just got 2 really strong guys close to the basket who don't want to give up an inch of space. I like the officials letting them play and letting them battle in close to the rim.
All right, Senators will trigger it. And it's Roach that gets it into Vegas Evans. Bounce it back underneath, and Evans turnaround, no good. And a foul called. That was Okoroji who drew the contact.
And just pinned down the smaller Montgomery. You have a pretty big lineup out there currently for Coach Harris. I mean, Evans runs at 6'7". You got Harris out at 6'7", and Okoroji at the free throw line 6'5".
12 points now for Nduzi Okoroji, senior from Tallahassee, Florida. And he got them both. 2-point lead for Davis and Elkins, the 8th seed.
A quick nod to both coaches you just saw there. Love them wearing ties for this tournament, dressing nice.
That's unusual this day and age. Here's Miles Montgomery into the corner to Abdullah. Out to Muldowney. Left side of the floor, working against Matthew Gray. Into the paint, out to Spatafora. He'll try a 3, off the rim, no good. Rebound to Evans on the move. Starks spinning, fouled. Starks to the line, foul on Dante Spatafora, his second.
Yeah, good spin with Spatafora, kind of overplaying him to his right, spun back into the lane.
All right, Starks 63%, hops off, no good. First free throw attempt for the senior from Irving, Texas. Latos will come back in to the game along with Cameron Williams. We have not seen Dontrell Jenkins since he collided into that illegal screen.
And as a matter of fact, I believe I see him over behind the Davis and Elkins bench wearing a warm-up with that right arm. If that is him, I think it is. he's kind of got his right arm close to his chest inside that warm-up, and that's where he had that collision. You mentioned his jaw as well, so something to keep an eye on.
All right, 3-point lead. And off to a cutting Cameron Williams. Short with the right hand. Loose ball picked up by Cameron Williams. Misses again. This time it's rebounded, but a travel is going to be called on Davis and Elkins.
Right on the tailbone there. That's a really tough way to land.
Malachi Hampton went up, came down, and could not block his fall.
And like we just talked about with Jenkins out, you would hate to lose a member of the rotations. You see him there again. I believe that's Jenkins with his arm tucked into that warm-up.
Hampton's good to go. 3-point lead for D&E. 15:31 to play, and now they have to wipe the ball off, and Starks takes advantage of the towel being out. Montgomery, quick inbound, quick shot, missed by Butler. I think he was going alley-oop, and there was no one there for the oop.
Very confused when he turned back and looked at the bench.
Pass over to Gray. He'll tack all the way to the rim. Contacted, blocking foul on Cameron Williams, trying to slide in to take the charge.
I don't think he was in the restricted area, Williams, but I don't think it mattered either. He rotated over, maybe just a touch late, and Gray tried to limit the contact there. Yeah, outside of the cylinder, didn't square him up cleanly. I think that's the right call.
That is a challengeable call for Mike Lamberti. Gray will be at the line to shoot 2. Free throws up and good. Actually, now I think about that, that would not have been challengeable because it must be a block charge call in the restricted arc.
Okay.
That involves the restricted arc. That call did not. Now we're still working through this first-year rules here.
Well, the Mountain East Conference did a really good job getting all the coaches together, having a Zoom before to explain the rules and answer questions about what is challengeable and what isn't.
5-point lead for the Senators. They have turned a 4-point halftime deficit into a 5-point lead. And Peter Latta, I really like his game. 6'8", very, very strong. Rebounding machine, got right to the rim. Here's Gray trying to answer at the other end. Tipped up by Hampton, won't go. Ball taken by Montgomery. Back come the Hilltoppers. Montgomery on the attack, trying to turn up the wick a bit here. Trailing by 3. This second half being played at Davis and Elkins pace. Here's Montgomery. Gets it baseline, scores it.
Those are the kind of plays that kind of, like you said, heat up, try to reinvigorate this West Liberty team, and this can do it too.
Yeah, live ball turnover. Muldowney, high dribble, step through, layup, good. 1-point lead for West Liberty. Timeout for Davis and Elkins. So the Toppers have awoken in the second half. West Liberty back to the lead.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you. We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
No weekend plans? Try some of ours. From unrivaled outdoor adventure you won't find anywhere else in the world, to hometown plates and platters that pair well with the local craft beers. The happiest hours start here. Mountaineer Country. Come, go wild.
Whether you just graduated high school, are finishing up something you started, or starting up something you intend to finish, Concord University in Athens, West Virginia is your next step. At Concord, classes are small, professors are accessible, and programs are built around career opportunities in fields like healthcare, business, education, science, the arts, and public service. It's affordable, it's personal, and it's designed to move you forward. You'll see it in the classroom, you'll see it at homecoming, and you'll definitely see it at graduation. Concord University. Come to learn, go to serve.
This is how fast it happens. Nice quick flurry here from West Liberty. 6-0 run.
Yeah, 6-0 run, and it only took 39 seconds to do so. They've held Davis and Elkins without the field goal, meanwhile, in over 3 minutes of game time. And Muldowney with the last of the finishing touches to give West Liberty the lead and force that timeout. So, like I said earlier, you blink and you might miss something. 6-0 run, 39 seconds of game time, forcing that timeout.
Yeah, and that package, of course, was edited, but really didn't need to add much time out of it.
Absolutely.
Gray works it ahead to Vegas Evans. B&E's got to settle back in. They double down on Evans, actually triple down on him. Works the pass out to Darius Roach. Back to Gray. Here's Evans. Little step back, in and out, no good. Offensive rebound. Stick back good for Hampton.
Just darted right across the lane with pure determination. Needed that coming out of the timeout to stop that little run that West Liberty was on.
I lead back to the Senators of Davis and Elkins. Butler sends it through the traffic on a bounce pass beautifully to Cameron Williams. Lead back to the Hilltoppers. Lead pass picked up, driving in. Big contact. Starks contacted by Butler. And a no call there. The ball out of bounds to Davis and Elkins. So a massive collision underneath the bucket. Hilltoppers leading by 1. 13 and some change left.
The best thing about West Virginia is hope.
The commitment we're making is $2.2 billion in the state of West Virginia.
It's creating opportunities for the next generation to have career-sustaining jobs.
We're creating career paths and jobs.
Everybody's talking about it. HOGAS is doing it.
This gives opportunities for underprivileged communities to have new jobs, to have new opportunities, and it just gives people hope.
Learn more at wvisforhope.com.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Regional State Farm Insurance Agents, proud to support the 2026 Mountain East Conference Tournament. Call one of the MEC sponsoring agents. Rick Bailey in Fairmont, Lisa Shepard in New Martinsville, Taylor Shepard in Moundsville, Janet Kessling in Buchanan, Tim Moore in Grantsville, and Lori Gristle in Wheeling. Mike Lombardi out of the timeout. His team has looked like a West Liberty offense here in the last 6 made field goals.
Yeah, you're right. Again, they had that little 6-0 flurry. But you're going to need probably 3 or 4 more of those if you want to win this game.
Roach drives baseline, lost the ball. And here comes Montgomery. Can this team feast on live ball turnovers? And Montgomery going to be fouled. Going to the rim by Tristan Starks, his third.
Transition from defense to offense so fast, beat everybody down the floor except Starks, and forced Starks to foul him there. So you see Montgomery turning on the afterburners.
Montgomery to line 74% on the season for Miles. Medford High School in Ohio, 5'10" freshman. And this Hilltopper team tonight starting 3 freshmen, and they're starting 5. And even Montgomery misses on the free throw attempt.
Now, I will say it's been a really good 6-game stretch for Miles Montgomery. He's averaging just under 23 points per game over his last 6 games. And he's, again, somebody else that can score in a flurry.
Hilltoppers now 12 of 22 from the free throw line, and Gray is bumped on the sideline and fouled by Abdallah.
And the shame for West Liberty there, Abdallah had put Gray in a pretty precarious spot right in front of the Hilltopper bench, but couldn't corral him, had to reach in and foul.
Yeah, they called that on Cameron Williams. Abdallah was over there, but Williams gets the foul, and I think West Liberty would prefer it was on Hayden instead of Cameron. That's his 4th foul. Goes to the bench, 5th team foul on West Liberty in the second half. Vegas Evans nearly stolen by Maldonado. He just got there a tick late. And the Senators up the floor, trailing by 2. 13-13 to play against Charleston and Glenville. Waiting in the wings, 8:30 tonight. And there is Montgomery, backhanded, tip away, layup good.
That's incredible. Had his back turned to the player who made the pass and just reached out there, reached with the right hand, or literally the left hand, but with the correct hand to force it away.
And nobody inbound the ball for D&E. They nearly got a 5 count before anyone got back to a ball that was placed on the floor. Starks for 3. No good. Rebound. Butler, outlet pass. Abdullah on the baseline. Danger zone right here for D&E. Downey in the lane. Slapped, fouled.
It's already the 5th foul on D&E. Both teams with 5 fouls here in the second half. So we're going to be shooting a lot of free throws down the stretch of this game, and we're right on the precipice of another one of those potential West Liberty breakouts. You know, scoring a ton of points in a short period of time. You really kind of start to feel a bit of panic from the Senators team.
5 for their last 5, about to be 6 for 6. That's goaltended. Knocked away on Latos. Will score for him. Hampton gets the violation.
That was a great, just a really simple head fake, but it was enough to get Hampton to bite.
Lead is 6, and we're going to have a holding foul called on the inbound on Dante Spatafora. That'll be his 3rd. And that is the 6th foul on the Hilltoppers. If you've watched West Liberty through the years, that is one of the things that they like to do. One of the hidden tricks of the game is they hold on inbounds. And it's almost like holding in football.
Right.
You know, you hold, they call you on a hold. You know what you do on the next play? You hold again.
Right.
They'll never call it twice in a row.
Saw the Patriots cheat the St. Louis Rams out of a Super Bowl doing exactly that.
Here's Latos, head fake from 3, driving baseline, muscles it up, no good, he's fouled. And yes, we are getting to where both teams are over the foul limit with 12 minutes remaining.
Another aggressive take from Latos, who's not just somebody that gets score back to the basket or close in. He caught that on the 3-point line and ripped it to the basket and drew the foul.
This is going to be a game of attrition down the stretch here for sure. 3rd foul on Roach.
And this is the 2nd time we've seen Hampton really deal with some discomfort. Man, they're going to have to maybe carry him off the floor here. He's not putting any weight on that leg at all. And of course, you're already dealing with the loss of Jenkins. He's on the bench. Coach Harris started with an 8-man rotation, trimmed down to 7. This might trim it down to 6.
So sure he's not cramping.
Yeah, it was really odd. Kind of the way he compressed and decompressed like that. Ooh.
Yeah, didn't see much there. He didn't land on
Saw
Latos' foot or anything.
That left leg kind of shoot out maybe a little bit awkwardly. It was maybe not necessarily a natural landing.
The training table's been busy over there, as you see. Dontrell Jenkins also surveying the situation. He got injured in the first half. And the sophomore from West Salem, Wisconsin, buries both free throws, Peter Latos. And it's a 6-point game. 11-point swing here in this second half. West Liberty to the lead with 12 minutes to play. Tristan Starks gets it to Matthew Gray. And Gray has gone quiet again here in the second half. Kicks it corner. Open three. Up. Good. Senators needed that one.
Big time. I can see Hampton now behind that Senators bench. I think you were right about the cramp. He's starting to stretch out that left leg, and he might come back into the game soon.
Lead down to 3. 11:30 remaining in the second half. Muldowney short corner with Gray on his back. Squares up. Good job by Gray to cut him off. Sends it to Montgomery. They'll work it around. Latos puts it on the floor. He spins. Shot rejected out of bounds by Whitmore. 7 on the timer. As the Hilltoppers will inbound.
He had gotten beat on that drop step, Whitmore, but rotated over well. You get another look at that Roach 3. And then the block shot by Whitmore.
Corner 3, no good. Rebound taken by Roach. Senators 1 possession deficit. Murray being physical in the backcourt. You've got to watch there, West Liberty. 1 foul away from putting D&E at the free throw line on the bonus.
And you would hate for that 7th one to be a cheap foul.
Whitmore pull up 15-footer, no good. Spatafora saves the ball in the corner. Just hoisted over his head and found a receiver in Muldowney.
It's dangerous because he threw it right underneath the D&E basket, but had faith in his teammates.
Montgomery with the ball. Rebounding advantage now 35-26 for West Liberty. Overplay steal. Matthew Gray. 2 defenders chasing. Gray lost the ball on the way up. And a late foul going to be called. I think he got undercut and didn't have an opportunity to land.
Yeah, I agree. It felt like a lot of that contact, like you said, came after the shot went through and it was on his way down. Great job in the overplay. Jumped the passing lane, and then, yeah, Latos didn't give him a space to land. Kind of took him out there inadvertently with that lower body contact.
Be his second. And looks like they might send the teams to the bench area here and take a look at this. This is, I think, going to be a quick review because there was nothing other than basketball play there.
Yeah, nothing nefarious there. It was an awkward collision because you're both going at full speed. And again,
play is under review for a potential flagrant 1 foul.
Latos, all that contact came with the lower body, and I've never seen a flagrant called with contact below the belt. Yeah, and then nothing from Spatafora there either.
No.
So, yeah, I think it's going to be a quick review.
Well, here's an interesting, of course, from the definition of the foul, it's actually after the shot.
Yeah, I will say one other thing for Latos' case. I want to see the replay again, though, first. It looked like on the way down after the collision happened, he kind of tried to reach and grab and kind of brace the fall of Gray. See him right there? Yeah, I mean, a little bit.
Yeah, luckily Gray not injured because that left foot got planted as he was coming down and the knee bent a little bit. So officials have looked at the replay and they're going to make a discussion here. And if the foul is on Peter Latos, then it's a 1-and-1. If they called it on Spatafora, and that's assuming they call this a common or a basketball foul, which we think they will. But if it's on Spatafora, it's 2 shots.
Oh, right, yeah.
All right, officials have, I thought they were wrapping it up, but
but wait, there's more.
Just one thing before you go. All right, the decision's been made, and we'll hear from the official over the house system as well.
We have a common foul on the play. We'll shoot 2 shots.
So they will call it on the shot. So we need to verify that because that would be the 4th on Dante Spatafora. And they'll give it to Latos. That'll be his 2nd personal foul. Team 7th, but they will call it on the shot.
And we heard him say common foul, but then West Liberty didn't put anybody in the lane for the free throws, and now they're being told they can come in. A weird sequence.
All right, Gray at the line to shoot 2. 10:30 left. And Gray 72% at the line this season. He's 3 of 3 tonight. Well, he leans into that free throw.
I was about to say the same thing. I mean, a good portion of his upper body is kind of across the free throw line by the time he lets his shot go.
That one rims out. Rebound, whistle. And Kent Wilkinson wants to have a discussion here after West Liberty rebounded the ball.
Well, Daniel Harris had said something to him that prompted that whistle in the discussion. A little bit of confusion here.
Yeah, we don't get an explanation of that one on the microphone. All right, West Liberty ball out of bounds. Well, Daniel Woods, our rules analyst, may have a thought on what happened there. We'll check in with him in a moment. Abdullah has it mid-lane. Step back, 15-footer. It's up and good. That's the 3rd time he's taken that kind of Euro step back.
I like the little in quotations. He's a horse. Like you said, a sign for every player they have up there in the stands.
Ball deflected. Here we go. Steele, Montgomery. Kick out. They always look for the 3 off those live ball turnovers, and Hurry cannot get the building to explode as he misses on a 3. Gray races back the other end. Kicks it. Perimeter. D&E answers with a 3. It's up and good. Okoroji hits that 3.
So Daniel Woods tells me that the confusion, although we have a take to the basket here and a miss by Montgomery, was that Harris claimed he was told it was going to be a flagrant one.
All right, here's a spin. Ball lost out of bounds. Turnover on D&E. On that turnover from Whitmore. But Okoroji with a big 3 on the perimeter. D&E hanging tough, trailing by 1.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
For over 4 decades, we've been rooted deep inside West Virginia. Through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Proudly serving your neighborhood since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community.
The health plan, we are here for you.
Farmers, have you heard about the West Virginia Senior Farmers Market Nutrition Program? If you are selling fresh fruits and vegetables in the months of June through October, you sell your produce in the state of West Virginia, and you grow at least 25% of what you sell, you are eligible to take the vouchers. You can find the application online at agriculture.wv.gov or get one by calling 304-558-2210. This is taxable income, and you will need internet to redeem the vouchers. The deadline to apply is April 15th.
Glenville State University offers cutting-edge programs, small class sizes, and dedicated faculty providing students with a personalized experience focused on their success. With the lowest tuition in the Mountain State, every student has the opportunity to achieve their goals. At Glenville State University, you'll find a community that supports, challenges, and inspires you every step of the way. From hands-on learning in state-of-the-art facilities to internships that connect you with real-world opportunities, we prepare you for the challenges and triumphs of tomorrow. Pioneer your future at Glenville State University.
My name's Katie, and I'm a sophomore at Virginia Tech. I'm studying to be a lawyer, which means I'll be in school for 6 more years, and college isn't cheap. But my parents opened a Smart 529 savings account when I was 6 months old, and having that savings has given me the opportunity to focus on my education.
Smart 529 is West Virginia's education savings solution. Turn your savings into their success. Visit smart529.com. For more information, contact Smart 529 to obtain a program description, which includes investment objectives, risks, charges, expenses, and other information. Read and consider it carefully before investing.
Well, if you got nothing going on this weekend, join us in Wheeling here at the West Banco Arena. Of course, the Mountain East Conference, highest scoring Division II conference in America. Tickets available to West Banco Arena box office, westbancoarena.com, presented by the Health Plan.
We have some really fun semifinal matchups in the women's bracket on Saturday. The two blue bloods, if you will, Glenville State and Fairmont State first at noon, and Frostburg State, the Cinderella team in Charleston to follow, and then all these men's semifinal matchups that'll get set by the end of today.
Abdullah with the ball, 1 point lead for the top seed West Liberty. Abdullah battling his way into the paint, cut off, another fade. This one he leaves short. Rebound, D&E. Senators chance to take a lead into the front court. Well, either way, they've done an outstanding job defensively in this game. They gave up 111, 101 points in the first two games. They've held West Liberty to 65 so far. Bad shot for three in the corner. Not what they're looking for from Whitmore.
Yeah, if you would have asked Coach Harris if he would take just being down a point with 8 minutes to go in the game against #1 West Liberty, he'd take it every day of the week.
Davis for three, no good. Rebound, Vegas Evans. Brings it up, 8:20 to play. Yeah, for D&E, you just want to get to that 5-minute media timeout and still have a chance to win this game.
Absolutely.
10 on the timer. And a three buried. They played off on Okoroji, and he gave it over to a three-point shot that was good.
Yeah, big shot there by Roach. You need some hero moments down the stretch.
Spatafora with an offensive rebound and a stick back. Dante Spatafora with 8 points. Ties the score at 67. Gray through a double team. Works the pass over to Darius Roach, who just hit his second three of this second half. Gray crossing over, spins, double team, wraparound pass. Knocked away, but comes right back to Gray from the Whitmore slap away. Gray attacks in, shot block, Lato saves it from going out of bounds into Davis.
Great rotation over to double, block the shot, keep the ball in bounds.
Latos to the rim, leaves it short, rebound D&E, back they come, Whitmore. Two defenders back, Whitmore steps through, ball knocked away, out of bounds, it'll go to Davis and Elkins. That one would be challengeable, and West Liberty's coaches are looking up at the video board here trying to get a replay of that, and they are going to challenge it. So West Liberty is going to use their one challenge. Now remember, you have to have a timeout remaining, which of course they have 3. So if they lose this challenge, they lose their only challenge of the game, and also they lose a timeout.
Ruling on the floor is out of bounds on West Liberty. West Liberty has challenged the play.
All right, 67-67, still 7 minutes and 3 seconds left. And again, you at home, you'll see exactly what the officials are seeing here on the replay. Well, they got away with a walk.
Yeah,
we know that, but that's not in question. And
that's off Whitmore. Very much looked like it was in the hands for about a half a second after Montgomery flew by. I'll watch it again before that's the travel, isn't it?
Again, this is what the officials are saying. There's the rip from Montgomery.
Yeah, I think there's enough contact, maybe those right fingers. But you're right, when you talk about indisputable video evidence, that might not be enough.
The official right there along the baseline saw it. The officials take 2 looks at it, same angle. Now have a discussion whether or not they saw enough to overturn the call on the floor, which was off of Miles Montgomery.
And it feels to me, all these stoppages, these reviews, and we're going to have more again with one team in the bonus and the other one about to be. Feels like that's an advantage for Davis and Elkins. They've been able to stay in this game because of the start and stop pace, and they're playing a tighter rotation.
The ball was touched by Black 20 last. The call on the floor has been overturned. West Liberty will retain the right to challenge and will not be charged a timeout. It'll be West Liberty's ball on the end line with 30 seconds on the shot clock.
Well, give credit to Michael Lamberti and his staff, because they did not see a video review of that in the arena. So
they were going off of what Montgomery was convincing them to do, and it paid off. Coach Lamberti trusts his players.
Yeah, I think Miles Montgomery has a future as an official because he saw that one perfectly. All right, let's see if West Liberty can cash it in. The Hilltoppers, by the way, maintain one more challenge. Latos scores it, so it pays off. 14 for Latos. Vegas Evans, ball deflected out of bounds, and a good job there to allow it to go out by Okoroji. .640 remaining. Two-point West Liberty lead. Gray throws it away. Muldowney with the steal. Gets it to Montgomery, looking to push. Drives in. Shot short. Rebounded by Starks. He tosses it ahead to Gray. Gray blows by the defender. Euro step. He was bumped and fouled by Muldowney. And that'll be a 1-and-1 for Matthew Gray.
Gray took that one in literally 1-on-4. Had the rest of his teammates behind the play. And just charged in to draw the foul.
18 foul on West Liberty. Gray to the line where he is 4 of 5 in this game. Chance to tie it. 6:14 to play.
I think he was not in the act of shooting, they officially rules. The officials are just going to call this a 1-and-1.
Yep, 1-and-1. 18 foul, earns the bonus. Davis and Elkins solid at the line tonight. 18 of 22. West Liberty 14 of 24. Gray, good on both. Tied again. Gonna go under 6 minutes. Spatafora runs right into Starks, lost the ball, but it comes over to Cameron Williams. Gets it over to Montgomery. Here's Abdullah. In and out, no good. Hampton back in. And out with cramps. Good to see him return. Matthew Gray with the ball, and Davis and Elkins looking for a lead change. Gray spinning into a double team. Out to Starks. Left open. He'll take the three. Strong. Hampton kicks it out. And D&E wants to slow up, be patient here. Roach, good decision. Dribbled it off his leg. Loose. Saves it to Gray. Gray drives in. Stripped by Abdullah.
He's having such a great game for West Liberty tonight.
Spatafora to Abdullah, and they're going to take a timeout here to check on Cameron Williams as he was injured in that scrum back with Gray as he dove on the floor.
He might have some blood here.
Yeah, may have banged his nose on the floor. All right, so Williams will check out. Landon Butler will come in as they attend to the nosebleed. Three on the shot clock. And they may go to the monitor here and see if why Cameron Williams' nose was bleeding. I believe he dove after that ball along with Matthew Gray.
And we'll see what the officials have to say about it here before they go to the monitor
Previous
once again.
play is under review for potential flagrant 1 foul.
It's kind of like in a hockey arena, it's appropriate. It's kind of like in hockey, if there's blood, it raises the stakes of a potential foul.
Here's a look, 24. Just dove after it, and it looked like Gray fell on the back of his head.
Yeah.
Or not Gray, my correction. I believe that might have been Starks out there on the perimeter, but either way, that's what pushed Cameron Williams' face into the ground. Here's a better look. It's Darius Roach. Ooh. Yeah, and again, was not called a foul on the floor, so you can't go back and now assess a foul to Roach. You can only look to see if there was anything flagrant there, and obviously there was not.
Kind of an awkward dribble by Roach. Kind of left it behind him, dribbled it off his leg, and that's what forced him to have to hit the hardwood.
Williams good to go. Officials will have their decision here momentarily, but again, from our amateur eye, looks like it's just a play on. 5:12 remaining.
And Williams has gone back to the bench, so it could be a short spell for him before he comes back into the game.
Well, long discussion to be nothing, so we could be wrong. Here's the call.
There is no flagrant one penalty foul. It'll be West Liberty's ball side out with.
All right, so a play off. Here's another look, just so you can see Roach trying to go behind the back, dribbled it off his leg, and then inadvertently landed on Cameron Williams. But happy that Williams not hurt more than he was.
Absolutely.
He took the weight there on the back of his head. All right, Maldowney. Is it Maldowney time? Driving baseline, cut off, trying to spin away to the basket, and he does.
That's special. That's fantastic footwork.
Lead back, and a turnover. Went off Gray's knee and out of bounds. And now does Daniel Harris challenge this? We'll find out when we return. Under 5 timeout. West Liberty ball for now. We'll be back in a moment.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you. We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
Visit Wheeling, West Virginia.
D&E did not challenge this, and a good thing that they did not, because that's just a mishandle by Gray.
Yeah, it's a really unfortunate turnover, especially at this point in the game. Even with the end-to-end play of West Liberty, you're down inside 5 minutes of this game, so you might only get a dozen possessions or so or less before this game's over. So that one a completely unforced error to give the ball to West Liberty.
20th turnover for Davis and Elkins in this game, and they've gone the last 3-10 without a field goal. They only trail by 2. But Maldowney, this is stretch run. He likes to take over in these situations. Hook shot, no good with the left hand, gets his own miss, and is fouled as they try to root the ball from him, as Gray finally did come out with it, but not before the whistle blew and the push foul called on Matthew Gray.
Yeah, worked over pretty heavily on that play. Chased down the miss. And then, yeah, Gray trying to rip that ball away.
7-team foul, and can West Liberty solve their free throw shooting woes here in the late stretches? 14 of 24, Maldowney 4 of 8. From the line, he's 71% on the season, but 50% in this game.
Unseasonably.
Yeah, 5 points plus D&E at the free throw line.
unseasonably warm day in Wheeling. Got up to, I think, 75 degrees today, so that's leading to some added moisture on the playing surface. You got the ice underneath us as well.
Yeah, this is a hockey arena. Wheeling Nailers play here. And Downey got the roll and made that one interesting.
It felt to me like he slowed down his routine just a little bit there. That speaks to the significance of the free throws and speaks to the fact that these missed free throws are in the back of the minds of all these West Liberty players.
No drama on that one. And a delay of game warning there on West Liberty. Latos and Maldowney will switch spots defensively. That ball again, Maldowney all over the place, tips it out of bounds.
And Davison Elkins really does not want to continue to inbound the ball there. Obviously, you just had the turnover with Gray, but also you really don't want to inbound the ball right into a double team.
Yeah, sideline makes it a triple team, and that's the situation there, but they spin out of it. Roach, but he threw it away. Vegas Evans couldn't chase up with the Roach lead pass, and that's the 21st turnover.
That's a tough one when you're running at full speed, and so is Evans, and you're trying to hit him in stride. That's a really, really tough pass to throw 50 feet diagonally across the court.
All right, West Liberty leading by 4 with 4:38 to play. And that's the third turnover in the last 90 seconds for Davison Elkins. Spatafora starts the offense to Maldowney. He'll back out. He can shoot from beyond the arc, so got to be wary of that if you're Hampton. Here's Montgomery, exploding baseline, flips the pass for shot up, no good. Ball taken by Gray. Senators need a bucket. 4 minutes to play. They've gone nearly 4 minutes without a field goal. Roach has delivered on a couple of big threes in this game. Has the ball on the left side wing. Gets a screen. Spins. Roach cut off. Out to Gray. Hit it as the horn sounds.
Wow. And like you said, almost 4 minutes without a field goal, and yet Davison Elkins is still only down a point.
Seconds made 3 for the junior from Ashburn, Virginia. It's a 1-point game. 3:30 to play. Maldowney for 3. Side of the rim. Rebound snagged by Hampton. Needs a guard. Finds a forward instead. That's trouble. And the ball taken away. Montgomery to the basket. Layup. Good. (75-72). Trap in the corner. Out to Gray. D&E can't panic here. 3 minutes to go. Down by 3, and they finally get it across. Took them 8 seconds. Shot clock already down. Under 10. Roach. Head fake. Driving. Kicking. Gray. 3 again. Not this time. Maldowney with the rebound.
Like you said, it took them so long to get into their half-court offense. They just couldn't really get a good look out of it.
All right, Spatafora backs it out. West Liberty recognizing the importance of this offensive possession, leading by 3. Spatafora, and that's going to be a foul on D&E. I think they got Hampton running through a screen.
I don't mean free throws with both teams in the bonus.
Cameron Williams was knocked to the floor and fouled. Another look right there, you see it. There's Hampton trying to chase Maldowney down. All right, so Cameron Williams at the free throw line. He's 2 of 6 from the line. This is still a 1-and-1. Freshman from Cincinnati, 75%, missed. Rebound taken off, but stolen. Vegas had it taken away by Maldowney. He can't score it, but he tips it up and in.
Wow. Stayed with the play, and then we're going to have an offensive foul here. Well, we have a coming together between Maldowney and Evans. What's the call going to be?
Maldowney went down. The whistle blew.
Going to look at it?
I believe they are.
Well, are we going to get a timeout here? Man, that was a weird sequence. I didn't see an official signal anything until now we're going to get the review.
Yeah, I'm not sure they have. They're just going to award the timeout and then go and look at it. And that was Vegas Evans, and a great acting job.
And he hit a couple of
previous
push-ups
play
here,
is
too.
under review.
Yeah, by Maldowney. So what's interesting here is you're right. It's a review, but yet there wasn't. I saw a call.
Right. So I don't know what comes out of this. I don't think you can come out of this with a no call, right? I think the officials have kind of forced themselves into making a decision of some kind.
All right, so we will see. I mean, certainly it was contact from Vegas Evans on Maldowney, and Maldowney, you know, has legal right to that position. Now,
right.
He sold the call for sure. So in a 5-point game with 2:05 to play.
What's interesting to me about this is when Maldowney made the decision to sell it, if we could see it one more time, there's just a little bit of a pause. The contact happens, and he's upright, and then he realizes, hey, I should sell this, and then falls down.
Yeah, here's a wider look now. Pay attention to the three officials. I did not see anybody raise their fist.
Well,
now, that was a timeout taken by Mike Lamberti, I believe.
Right. There's an official right next to Coach Lamberti that's in the process of giving them a timeout. And as a matter of fact, Lamberti's on the court. So that's another wrinkle into all this.
All right, so we'll see what they come out. But either way, we mentioned Jamie Maldowney time here in the final 3 minutes, and he has been massive.
Absolutely. And didn't get the cleanest look at the rim, and it didn't matter. He just kept jumping up with that hand and then put it up and in. I like all these pump fakes from the officials. You think they're done, and then they just come out to the court and talk again. The players, every time, they come back out onto the floor, and then they get sent back to the bench.
All right, 2:05 to play, 77-72. West Liberty leads by 5. Checking to see. I believe this is close to West Liberty's lowest point output of the season.
It's got to be.
In fact, it is by a lot. They lost to Lubbock Christian, where they scored 87 points earlier in the year, but that was one of their lowest of the year. Here's the call.
After review, we have incidental contact. It will be D&E's ball on the end line with the privilege to run and 30 seconds on the shot clock.
Another look here. Fans don't like the call, but again, I think the fact that there was nothing called, you can't because the only thing you can award there is a flagrant. That wasn't flagrant.
Yeah, 100%. I think all in all, while it came with some confusion, that was the right decision.
All right, ball comes in. D&E down by 5. 2 minutes to play. Trapped again along the baseline and can't pass to yourself. Montgomery picks it up. Abdullah can't finish, and we'll have a whistle and a foul called, and Butler's going to be fouled.
Oh, man.
D&E has just come unglued here in the last couple of minutes, trying to get the ball off the baseline.
What a mental error there. And it is remarkable that Abdullah wasn't able to finish just what was a bunny, though West Liberty still has a chance to get points out of it.
Yeah, and honestly, they're lucky they got that foul call.
That's true, you're right.
There wasn't much there either. Starks picks it up. Butler nearly missed the free throw, but it's up and good. Just his 3rd point of the night. And this will make it a 3-possession game with 1:55 to play. And Butler connects. 7-point game. D&E trying to work against those traps. They throw it over top to Vegas Evans. Evans drives in off window, too strong. Rebound back to Evans. He'll lay it up and score it.
Good job of staying with the play once again. When Davis and Elkins is able to break the pressure, they've created some 2-on-1s. It's just been fewer opportunities to do that here in the last couple of minutes of the second half.
5-point lead, Maldowney. 90 seconds to play for West Liberty to survive this scare from the 8th seed. Spatafore down to Maldowney, and who else would you want to have the ball with the chips down if you're West Liberty? Backing in Maldowney, finds a cutter. Abdullah, layup, good.
Everybody thinks that Maldowney's going to be the one to put the shot up there, and And he finds a backdoor cut.
And the ball thrown away. Starks threw it up ahead. Vegas Evans didn't recognize it. And the turnovers continue to mount. 23 now for Davis and Elkins. There's Montgomery. Flashes through, pulls it back out. 47 seconds to play. Down by 7. D&E will play out this possession. Spatafora to the rim. Misses with contact. Gray pulls down the rebound. D&E awarded a timeout, but Daniel Harris says, I didn't take a timeout. And he's incensed because that stopped
a run. Yeah,
a run.
Oh boy. So, obviously the officials thought they heard something. I was looking at Coach Harris. He was not the one to call it. If somebody from the bench did, it was not him.
All right, 41 seconds. And D&E had numbers.
And to make his point, he's refusing to accept the timeout that the officials thought he was calling. He just wants them to stay on the floor.
That's a side in for D&E. They'll reset the clock to 42.8. All right, Starks to inbound, three-quarter court. Gets the ball into Roach. And Roach has it stripped by Montgomery. 33 seconds, D&E has to foul, and they tackle Montgomery. And Roach, very fortunate not to get an intentional foul call there, but that was a frustration from that whole sequence from the Davis and Elkins side of things.
Yeah, we have Montgomery with a ball on the string here, and the frustrations, like you said.
Yeah, that was
we're going to look at this one too.
2-point takedown there for Roach.
Potential flag of 1 foul.
Right, they're going to take a look at this, and we're going on 2 hours and 18 minutes on this game currently.
I was going to say, I think this Charleston-Glenville State game tonight might not finish till midnight at the rate we're going.
May not start till midnight.
Of all the trips to the monitors and all the questions as to whether or not it was a flagrant or not, this is the first one where I think we have a decent chance at one.
Yeah, Roach didn't make a play on the ball.
No, not at all. He was going through the back of the player, maybe tried to reach around, but yeah, that was a form tackle.
32.6 seconds to play.
We have a common foul. West Liberty will shoot 2 shots.
Well, they leave it as a common foul. Montgomery to shoot 2.
Well, one of those soccer heat maps for Coach Harris. He's almost walked all the way underneath the basket at times. I mean, he makes his way up and down the sideline. And meanwhile, Coach Lamberti, he watches most of this game like Yadier Molina. He's in a crouch like a catcher. You got 2 pretty active head coaches that are burning some calories getting up and down those sidelines.
8-point lead, 9-point lead. Montgomery with 15. Just doing his thing. Gray runs it up the sideline. Ball slapped by Maldowney, loose on the floor, tie up. West Liberty ball in the arrow, and that has been the story of this final 5 minutes. In a close contest, West Liberty went to work and forced the Senators into a ton of turnovers.
Yeah, definitely not pretty at all, but when the chips are down, this is a West Liberty team that can beat you in so many ways. They can grind out results, and like you said, even though they've won 24 games, they've had to come from behind a multitude of times, so they're not unfamiliar with being in this situation.
All right, 26 seconds left, shot clock off. Ball inbounded into Cameron Williams. He's fouled by Matthew Gray with 24 seconds, and Williams will try to find his stroke at the line. And that's a place where he has struggled mightily in this game, just 2 of 7.
And again, the game's not over yet, but you think about the rest of the teams in this tournament, and we've mentioned it in pregame. West Liberty's a lock for the Atlantic Regional as well. A lot of coaches are going to come back and watch this game and see what D&E did to make West Liberty as uncomfortable as they have been all season. This Senators team deserves a lot of credit. Coach Harris deserves a lot of credit to put West Liberty in a really uncomfortable situation.
Take a look at the Glenville State and Charleston teams are waiting in the wings, and they've been waiting a long time Jumper for three, no good. Rebound, Muldowney sends it to Cameron Williams. 15 seconds to play. Doesn't look like D&E is going to foul, and West Liberty is going to survive. What an effort by the 8th seed, Davis and Elkins, as this was anybody's ball game at the 5-minute mark. But the Hilltoppers are going to win by 10, 84-74, and advance and survive to head back to the semifinals with a 10-point win, as the Hilltoppers shoot just 37% in this game, but find a way to win the health plan player of the game. And when the chips were down, you find the Irishman, Jamie Muldowney, with an outstanding effort. Really kept a lot of plays alive. Contorted himself along the baseline, and Luke, he was impressive. Health plan player of the game. The health plan here for you.
Absolutely. 19 points, 9 rebounds. Impressive to me as well. 0 turnovers. Was an impact on defense, handful of steals. Really impressed with his body of work today. And again, like you said, when it mattered most and West Liberty was really struggling in this game, he took over offensively, built them a lead that they were able to defend out for the rest of the game.
19 points, 8 rebounds for Jamie Muldowney, our player of the game. And the Hilltoppers keep their streak alive, hoping to play for another title. It would be their 8th consecutive appearance on Sunday, but they've got work to do in the semifinals. 10-point win for West Liberty. Final score 84-74 for Luke Wigg, Travis Jones, the 2026 Mountain East Conference Basketball Championships, presented by the Health Plan.